Welcome, dear students. Today's session is a continuation of our discussion on paragraph writing. This is Alice Chillian, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government First Grade College, Kyarpuram. In the previous session, we had discussed what is a paragraph writing, how to write a paragraph, and we had discussed on the parts of paragraph like the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the concluding sentences. The topic sentence is usually the first sentence of a paragraph, which proposes the main idea, which is later developed in the rest of the paragraph. The supporting sentences are the middle sentences of the paragraph, while the conclusion of the paragraph signals the end of the paragraph and summarizes the main points in the paragraph, which is related to the topic sentence. Continuing with our discussion, we will discuss on paragraph structure in this class. So, the 4 points that are very decisive in the structure of a paragraph shall be discussed in this slide. So first thing is unity. I think I've already briefed you about having unity in our expression, in the way we form sentences, and put forth our ideas in the previous session. So a paragraph has one single controlling idea that is expressed in its topic sentence. So the rest of the paragraph should be connected to this topic sentence. There should be an unity among all those. Like all of that should be speaking on the same line or on the same topic, right? So this is very important when it comes to the structure of the paragraph. Order. The second one is order. Order refers to the way you organize your supporting sentences. For example, if your supporting sentences do not do their work, that is, to actually support the topic sentence, then it gets disjointed and it is not put in order, right? So you need to know that whatever you write should be related to the topic, and that forms the unity. And order is it should follow the topic sentence. It should support the topic sentence. In order, you can also note that you always organize your ideas. An idea which is more supportive of the topic sentence can be put forth, in the first place, and then you can go on with the other ideas. So you need to organize and put it in the order when you write a paragraph. Coherence. The third point is coherence. So sentences within a paragraph need to connect to each other and work together as a whole, right? They should be one body, one organism. It should not be disjointed. So that is coherence. When you read a paragraph, when you proofread, you need to look to this point that whether all the ideas, are forming, that is the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and conclusion are in alignment with the one topic or one theme or one idea, right? Lastly, it is completeness. You see, if all sentences clearly and sufficiently support the main idea, then your paragraph is complete. Okay, so to complete, you have to remember that first thing it has to, the topic sentence, the supporting, and the concluding sentences should be in alignment. One more thing is conclusion is very, very important for a paragraph. Most of the time when we are writing an essay, we tend to go on writing, paragraph after paragraph without noticing, every paragraph is an entity in itself, and therefore you need to look into the parts of these paragraphs which are very, very important. Like, do you have a conclusion for the paragraph? Yes, you're continuing with the same idea in the next paragraph. However, try to briefly summarize the main thing or what you have discussed in that whole paragraph, which gives a completeness to your paragraph. Therefore, unity, order, coherence, and completeness give a proper structure to your paragraph writing. So keep these in mind when you proofread your paragraph, and it helps you to edit your paragraph in a better way. Moving on, we'll discuss now about the types of paragraph. The first one is expository paragraph. What is an expository paragraph? Expository means to explain or to illustrate, clarify, on certain topic. So when you write a paragraph explaining something, or clarifying something, or putting forth your idea on a certain topic. This kind of paragraphs can be called as expository paragraphs. Okay, so it has a flow, it has to have a unity and coherence in the development. The idea should be developed in a better way, and it should speak on the topic that you are trying to explain. The next one is persuasive paragraph. This focuses on developing a strong argument. You're not trying to explain anything here, but you're trying to argue that would convince someone who disagrees with the writer's position. For example, you want to say that demonetization is good for economy, it is good for our economy. Then you write a essay which includes paragraphs which are supportive, which are argumenting that which are arguing that the demonetization was indeed a better step for our economy. So in this way, you argue a point, and such kind of paragraphs where you argue, where you strongly put forth your ideas supporting certain stand, these paragraphs are called persuasive paragraphs. The next one is narrative paragraph. The name itself says you narrate a situation or an action or an event that has happened, and you narrate it. You develop supporting arguments. Describing what has happened, not describing, narrating what has happened. Narrating is more like storytelling. You just give details of things that has happened. Okay, so this kind of paragraph we call it as narrative paragraph. The last one is descriptive paragraph. So a descriptive paragraph, it finds its development through giving a series of sensory details or of abstract ideas. Abstract means which are vague, which are not clear. So what happens with the descriptive paragraph is this: you go on giving the details. You don't narrate it, but you describe something. Maybe a monument, maybe a place that you have visited. So when you're describing something, it is called a descriptive paragraph. You may ask me, can we have all kind of paragraph in an essay, for example? Yes, it is possible that you can have all these kinds of paragraphs in an essay, in a single essay. Like, for example, you're explaining your topic in the beginning, then you have expository paragraph. You're trying to put forth your stand by giving some facts and figures and trying to persuade the reader. It becomes persuasive paragraph. And then you are giving an incident which is supporting your topic. So you're narrating that incident, then it becomes narrative paragraph. And finally, when you describe some aspects that support your argument, this can be called as descriptive uh, paragraph. Okay, when you're giving some details and describing a place, thing, or a person, it can be a descriptive paragraph. So it's very easy to remember: expository, persuasive, narrative, and descriptive. More than this theory, I would suggest that you write these kind of paragraphs so that you will know the variation in the style of writing that comes in this kind of paragraphs. So dear students, in this session, we have learned how to form a paragraph, how to develop a paragraph, what is the parts of paragraph, and what forms the structure of paragraph. And also we saw how it is important for us to know the types of paragraph, right? So these were some main ideas that we have discussed in both the session on paragraph writing.